These three types of spectra are useful for when we're looking at stars and we're looking at objects in our universe. So from our previous module, we know that the spectrum of a star can tell us things like what chemicals it's made of. It can tell us about the surface temperature of the star. It can tell us its density. It can tell us whether it's traveling away from us or towards us and how quickly that's occurring. And it can also tell us about how quickly it's spinning. So you need to have an understanding of those concepts. If you're rusty on those, go back to the nature of light and go back to your textbook and have a look at read through those things. One thing I'll really stress with this is that I'm giving you enough information here for you to have a basic understanding of this course, and this is what happens in every classroom and in every lesson we give you. For you to really master this, you need to be identifying those areas that you're weak in yourself, and you need to be going back and you need to be addressing that. So you've got resources there. You've got your textbook. That's a really great resource. You've got all of your access to all of your slides from class, and then you're probably lucky enough to be able to sit there on the internet and actually Google stuff as well. And you can always ask me. But if you don't know this, don't proceed now. Just go back and make sure you're really aware of it and patch that hole in your knowledge before you proceed. Okay, so if you actually remember what how those things are determined, then what we're going to have a look at is just like where we use these different types of spectra in stars. And when we're looking at continuous black body radiation, we're looking at those spectra, continuous spectra. We often see those, we see those with galaxies, like a whole galaxy, it can act as a black body, and also the inner layers of stars. So when you've got that big hydrogen fusion plasma ball, then that's basically pushing out a continuous spectrum of radiation. We see our emission spectra when we're looking at quasars, which are a particular type of high energy star, and also with emission nebulae. So you'll see whenever there's an excited gas, you'll see those bright wavelengths coming through. And the last one is our absorption spectra, and we see that when we look at the atmosphere of stars, and those Fraunhofer lines in the sun spectrum are a really good example of that. So they're all useful types of spectra, and we use them for a variety of reasons.